Today we are gonna talk about 5, maybe 6 whiskeys that I would recommend having this Valentine's Day with your loved one. Let's go! Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Carlos and thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Corner. I truly appreciate you stopping by, checking out the channel, and checking out this video. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys give me. I truly appreciate it. And well, if you want to support the channel, only favor that I ask is that you subscribe. That is it. Only thing, right? It's easy, right? Now, don't stop there. If you're feeling generous, you could always like, comment, click that bell icon, or check out the Patreon in the description. But just subscribing would definitely help me out. So, what is this concept? What is this video about? What do you mean, Valentine's Day whiskeys? Well, I will tell you. But first, let me take a nice little sip of what I'm drinking, which is the number one that I'm gonna talk about today. So cheers. That is good. Well, what do I mean about Valentine's Day whiskeys? I mean, can't you just drink anything on Valentine's Day? Yes, you are right. Now, you gotta kind of take a step back though. What does Valentine's Day mean to you? To me, it means spending time celebrating the company of my lovely wife, my loved ones, people that I just like being around, right? In this case, it's my wife, obviously my kids, but on the romantic side, my wife. So whether we have the kids there or not, because we still don't know what we're doing, if we're gonna have some babysitters, but whether we're with the kids or not, I still get to spend some great time with her. And not saying that we don't spend time other days, but you know, Valentine's Day just makes it a little bit more special. So whether that is you, whether it's you going out and just kicking it to your crush, to your girlfriend, to somebody that you want to be with, or whether you just want a night out on the town, I believe that these 5 whiskeys, and again, maybe 6, basically should be ones that you drink on this day. Now, why, right? Some of these scream romance to me. Some of them scream a nice little present, a gift, something that you would give somebody. And all of them are great tasting, plus they have that sweetness. I'm not a chocolate person. I could care less about like sweets and stuff like that, but while I'm seeing other people eat chocolate on Valentine's Day, you know, it kind of gets me into that mood. But rather me eat some chocolate, I'd rather just have some sweet whiskey. Great tasting too. So let's start the list and let's see what I would recommend that you probably should take a look at this Valentine's Day and drink and enjoy. So the first one, like I mentioned, is what I am drinking today, and it is amazing. And that is Bardstown Bourbon Viper Pavitt Reserve. So if you don't know, this is Bardstown Bourbon whiskey finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. Viper Pavitt Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. Not sure if the Viper Pavitt is a difference or not, but whatever, it is amazing. First off, let's talk about the presentation. This thing is just awesome. This reminds me of, like, you know, when you send your wife or you send anybody a box of flowers, this is what this reminds me of. So of course it had to be my number one, the first one that I talk about, and quite honestly, it is such a great tasting whiskey that I had to just had to drink it, right? So this is the ultimate whiskey, I would say, that screams Valentine's Day to me. So again, you open this up, it even has that nice little felt in there that is kind of like a ring box or something like that. And yes, not all of them came in this box. I have seen some at stores where it's just the barrel or the bourbon, and it comes like that, right? I was lucky enough to get one with this nice little box. So yeah, of course it screams Valentine's Day to me. So what are you getting here if you would drink it? Well, I get some nice little orange, like sweet oranges, some berry jam, some chocolate, some brown sugar, some sweet caramel, and a little hint, well, maybe not a little hint, a lot more of that wine Cabernet Sauvignon barrel. It is just a perfect mixture, quite honestly. Now, yes, it's like 140 bucks or so, 130 bucks, but I think it's well worth it. Definitely one of my favorite Bardstown bourbons or whiskeys that I've tasted so far. Now, with that said, I have to talk about another finished whiskey, you know, following the trend, and that is one that has made my list a bunch of times, and that is a Midwinters Night dram. This particular one is from 2021, and it is Act 9, Scene 5. I was lucky enough to make a great relationship with Primo Liquor, so shout out to them, and they hooked me up. This thing is amazing. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have not yet done so, please reach out to somebody in your community and see if they can give you a taste of this, because this is really good. So if you don't know, a Midwinters Night dram is from High West, and it's basically High West Distillery rye, and it's finished in French oak port barrels. So yeah, another wine finished whiskey. So again, you know that it's gonna scream that sweetness, but this has a little hint of that rye. So you have the spiciness from the rye, you have the sweetness from the wine, and from kind of like the bourbon notes. So it is just overall really, really good. You get toasted marshmallows, some berries, chocolate, maple syrup, toffee, sweet caramel, that vanilla, cinnamon, rice spices. It is a complete gem. So definitely recommend it. I think this cost me like $125, so I'm not sure if they're actually being sold for that anymore or if you can actually find it, but that's what it is. Now again, we're gonna go with another finished whiskey. Are you seeing a pattern here? Yes. Usually sweet whiskeys are kind of finished with something else, whether it's wine like those two were, or like this next one. Now this particular one is not a bourbon, right? That's why I said Valentine's Day whiskeys. This is Glenlivet Scotch whiskey, but this one is a Glenlivet 14 finished in cognac casks. Now, what does this do? Well, first off, if you're into scotches, Scotch is a light, mellow whiskey in itself, right? Not too proofy, has a nice little taste, something that you can have with like a cigar and stuff like that. But when it is finished in cognac barrels, yeah, this is nice like that, but then with the sweetness of the cognac, which makes an amazing whiskey altogether, an amazing concoction. So I know I've talked about this before, Glenlivet 14, it definitely goes down as one of my favorite scotches, for sure. I always keep this stocked in my bar when I finish it, and I go out and buy another one. I think they're like 70 bucks, but to me, they are well worth it. It's like 60, 70, something like that. You guys see, this is a new-ish bottle. I think I bought this back in November, at the end of November, and it is, you know, already on their way. But yeah, when that starts getting low, I start going to get one, and the best thing about it is that you can usually find this on the shelves. What I get from this is a nice, sweet and subtle concoction with the, obviously, the Scotch whiskey. So green apples, green grapes, caramels, a little bit of honey. It's just amazing because obviously the brandy, yeah, or the cognac is giving it that sweetness, right? And it's kind of taking this on a whole new level, to tell you the truth. So this is just a great whiskey that I would recommend. And again, a box. All right, guys, we're nearing down to the last two. I don't want to make this too long because you could kind of say that you could pick from a lot of whiskeys, right? So it's all goes on your taste. This is just personally my taste, what I would think of to have during Valentine's Day. So the next one is not, and I repeat, it's not a finished one, right? But overall, it is pretty sweet. And this was, I gotta say, again, another one of my favorite bottles for 2021, and it is Jack Daniel's 10. Yes, you know, I like it a lot, but I'm trying to baby it. And then I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy it. When it's done, and that's it. I'm not gonna hold on to something or not drink it because I don't wanna get rid of it. This, you know, once it's gone, it's definitely gonna be bad for me because I do really like it, but hey, I would have enjoyed it. Now, what do you get from here? So it's Jack Daniel's, so you know you get that banana taste. It is like a sweet banana split, right? Then you have caramel, you have vanilla, you have a little hint of cinnamon, but not cinnamon spice, just a little hint of like cinnamon in the background, paired with a 10-year-old Jack Daniel bourbon whiskey. What? This is amazing, guys. Sorry, again, it is allocated, right? Because if you didn't get it at the time where it came out, at the price that you got it to, now you can find them, but you're gonna be paying secondary prices. But this release is definitely a favorite of mine, and it definitely screams Valentine's Day whiskeys. So the last one on this list isn't really a, I guess, a run-of-the-mill whiskey, right? It is a Japanese whiskey, which a lot of people haven't tasted. I know I haven't until like mid to end of this year. But once I tasted this one, I was just amazed. And it wasn't the first Japanese whiskey that I tasted, so that got me even more excited about this whiskey, because all the other ones were like, they're not bad, but just didn't wow me. This one did, and it is Nika Coffee Grain Whiskey. This is just an amazing whiskey. First off, the bottle itself screams celebratory to me. The nice little peach pinkish label could be considered like Valentine's Day-ish, right? But the most important thing is how it tastes. And what I get from this is all the sweet, nice notes. Now, yes, this is only 90 proof, but it is mellow, sweet, but you still, at least I do, feel the alcohol in it, but all the nice sweetness that comes with it. What do I get from it? Tropical fruits, sweet tropical fruits, papaya, mango, toffee, a little bit of cinnamon, some orange peel or sweet orange candy, caramel. This is just so good. Like it's I wouldn't say any of these are dessert bourbons, right? Because if so, I would have gotten a whole bunch of like the double oaked or the toasted or whatever have you. Definitely recommend it. It's well worth the 80 bucks that you pay for it. You will not be disappointed, especially if you've had other or if you haven't had too many Japanese whiskeys. Well, guys, that is my list for 5 whiskeys that you should probably look at drinking on Valentine's Day with that person that you're gonna have fun spending the day with. So I'm gonna keep enjoying this Bardstown Pfeiffer Pavitt Reserve. I truly appreciate you stopping by. Please do me a favor, just subscribe. That'll really help me out. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I want you to enjoy that whiskey. And well, happy Valentine's Day. Cheers.